Back with you at Mahalik-Thompson Stadium at Slippery Rock University. About to get things underway between Hollidaysburg and Meadville in this PIAA first-round matchup. Ray Riesdorph and Marin with you. Melissa Doty, our producer, back in Meadville. And we are glad to have you now on Armstrong Cable as well, as this game will be replayed on Channel 23 and Channel 100 Wednesday at 8 o'clock, Thursday at 4 o'clock, and Friday at 4 a.m. Hollidaysburg won the toss. They elected to defer to the second half, so Vlad Hilling, a 5'11", 188-pound junior, will tee it up. And Meadville will go with the inverted triangle triple return backs, back set up inside their own 20-yard line. From the near hash at the 40-yard line, Hilling swings the right leg and kicks a line drive, and we are underway as it will be fielded on a hop. And here comes Journey Brown over the 25, over the 30. Journey Brown gang tackled right at the numbers at the 40-yard line.
Well, tell you what, Journey really wants to run today. He just dragged that guy 5 yards with by his jersey.
So Journey Brown with a nice run back there to set up Meadville in good prime real estate from their own 40-yard line. And they will come out, Meadville, in the home black tops, black pants, red numbers, white trim. Hollidaysburg in the road, white tops, white pants with blue numbers and gold trim around the numbers, as Kirk Mumau will come out under center in the double wing set. Ferraro, the right wing back, gets the jet sweep handoff. Antonio Ferraro with some patient running, cuts back along the hashes, and will be brought down around the 43-yard line by Gus Dellinger. It's a name we're going to call a lot tonight, Ed, middle linebacker with 96 tackles on the year.
That's pretty good, 96 tackles. He read that play pretty good, but Ferraro still got 4 yards, and it was a pretty good block. And tell you what, they're running at 5-3 that Hollidaysburg's running.
I would imagine against Meadville, their base is a 4-3, but as Meadville sees a lot, you're going to probably see a lot of those 10-man boxes.
Now they go to the 4, and they got the 2 outside linebackers.
Second down and 6, they gave Ferraro 4 yards on the carry, and this play's blown dead. Looks like Meadville jumped off sides on the right side of the line. And we got mic'd officials tonight. Unfortunately, we can't open the windows of the press box because it's sealed. Everything else here is just spectacular, but we don't get as much of the outside noise as we would like.
Oh, that's the first thing I said when we come in here. I was like, oh, man, the windows don't open.
It is a false start on Meadville. We'll set up a second down and 11 at the 39-yard line on the far hash. Just underway at Slippery Rock. First minute of this ball game. Mumau with split backs behind him, and he'll turn and give it to Journey Brown. Journey Brown with a sharp cut, gets to the numbers, 40, 45, down the right sideline, there he goes, 40, 35, 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown. Journey Brown, 61 yards.
Won his first rush. That was a nice run. He outran that guy. I tell you what, 81 came up there. I thought he was going to catch him there for a second. I don't know if Journey slowed down a little bit, but I actually thought he went out of bounds there about the 35. He tight-roped that sideline pretty good.
Didn't take the Bulldogs long. 10:45 remaining in the opening quarter as Journey Brown to the end zone for the 40th time this season. 61 yards. Now Kirk Mumau on for the PAT. Edwards to hold. Gets it down on the tee. Kirk Mumau's extra point just above the crossbar. Didn't get a lot behind that, but he got enough, and it got through to make it 7-0.
I'm going to do a Fiorillo. Good. There you go, Mikey. I know you're listening.
Kirk Mumau has it on the tee, set up at the far hash at the horizontal hash, and Mike Fiorillo reiterated that good extra point to you. I don't know if you could put that much emphasis on a PAT, though, that barely crossed the crossbar. Mumau with a line drive, hits one of the up backs, and then he scoops it up and fields it running in a straight line over the 35, over the 40, and a pretty nice return. And that's a good job when you're an up back, although there's a late flag thrown in.
I think it might be a holding call.
On the return, it was Dellinger, who is normally a linebacker. He's one of the up backs. The line drive hit him, and he fielded it on a hop and just ran straight across the numbers.
If you see Meadville running that kickoff like that, that just helps them so the defense can't pick out their players.
So Hollidaysburg, that was a face mask on Meadville at the end of the run. So Dellinger, who had about 20 yards on the run, it's the 5-yard face mask, but nice 20-yard return after having the line drive go right off his chest, and he just picked it up and ran like a fullback in a straight line. So Hollidaysburg will get it now at the Meadville 45-yard line. Cavallette will give to Storm on a zone read run up the middle, and Storm with a good head of steam to the 40, and they might mark him down at the 39 on the end of the run. Jared Cavallette's a 5'11", 159-pound senior. He's thrown for 951 yards, 8 touchdowns, 3 picks. Has also run for 475 yards and 7 touchdowns. It's going to be a 2nd down and 4 at the 39-yard line. Cavallette splitting 2 backs. Tries to keep it on the zone read, being harassed by Ferraro, but he was able to get out of it. And then Journey Brown just cleaned his clock inside the right boundary, right around the 38-yard line.
Yeah, he didn't gain a yard out of that, but I thought Ferraro would have had him for a 7-yard loss, but he got out of the grasp with Ferraro and just ran. But Journey, good thing Journey was there. He stuck him pretty good.
So 3rd and 4. No gain. Cavallette will work with 4 wide receivers and Storm on his right hip. Takes the snap. It's a quarterback draw. There goes Cavallette to the 30, 25, 20. Breaking tackles and finally brought down at the 15-yard line for a Hollidaysburg first down as the tackle was made by Lennox Miles.
Yeah, they got to watch that quarterback because, he is a playmaker and he will run.
2 receivers right, 2 left. Storm again the tailback. No huddle for Hollidaysburg. Right hash, Meadville 15. Cavallette zone read give to Storm, and Storm realized that the B gap had closed and just kind of bulldozed forward. Barrett Hoffman on the stop, short gain for Storm to the 12.
Tell you what, I like that name, Storm.
It's a good name for a tailback. Good numbers,
just
too.
like Hammer when Hammer played. You used to work on that.
655 yards, 5 touchdowns for Storm. 2nd and 7 at the 12-yard line for the Golden Tigers of Hollidaysburg in their white uniforms. Cavallette out of the pistol, takes the snap, gives to Storm again up the middle, and he waltzes in to the end zone from 12 yards away, a hole that Ed Marin and I could have scored on.
Hey, I resent that.
More aimed towards me than you, but you're my partner, so I got to say your name first.
Oh yeah, I would have just rolled in.
12 yards, and Corey Storm's 6th rushing touchdown of the year, and that was almost too easy.
Yeah, I don't know where the linebackers were on that one because that hole was wide. He went all untouched. Oh, they're going to go for 2.
And they go with that swinging gate look, and they move everybody except for the snapper, the quarterback, and 1 player, then 1 wide to the right. Everybody else went to the left side, and they are going to run the play as the snap went to Cavallette. There's a flag down. I don't know if that setup was even legal.
It should be, but
false start.
But see, he's allowed to run back unless somebody was lined up, wasn't lined up right, but that was a good play by Darius Edwards getting in the backfield to tackle him.
And Meadville just declines the penalty, so the 2-point attempt is no good. And with 8:54 remaining here in the first quarter, Meadville leads 7-6. So Meadville at least holds on to the lead.
No, they're gonna.
Now they called that on Meadville.
No, they moved it back. See, they're kicking from the 15.
Okay, so Meadville's going to make them kick it now. Now I assumed that it. So let's see what Hollidaysburg decides to do here. So they're going to get another attempt at it, and they're going to go for it. Now Hilling's going to come out and kick a 25-yard extra point. Hilling with Piancietti as the holder, and Hilling line drive, and he got it inside the left upright, and so we are now tied at 7 with 8:54 remaining in the first quarter. Brown and Fitzpatrick deep for Meadville. Last time I mentioned that inverted triangle or some of the up backs between the 20 and the 15-yard line as Hilling from the near horizontal hash on the 40-yard line kicks it deep, and this one is a booming kick that goes right into the middle of the SRU logo in the end zone. Touchback. Meadville starts at their own 20 at 8:54 left in the first, tied at 7. So if you're Meadville, Hollidaysburg came out and caught your first counterpunch. You go right back to work offensively.
Yep, Meadville's defense just needs to stay, settle down. I don't know where their linebackers were on that last series, but I mean, I know the coaches will get them all settled and, hopefully get a couple stops because it looks like it might go back and forth the way it started.
Miles the split end to the right of the formation. Split backs one wing. And Mumau will give it to Manning, but the play is blown dead.
False start.
And so we were wondering early on if the false start's called against Meadville, bump it back 5 yards. We were discussing in our pregame whether Hollidaysburg would show a lot of rust being off 2 weeks. Right now it's been Meadville, even though they have played through 3 rounds of playoffs, that looks a little bit rusty. And I'm only saying rusty because just making some mental errors early in the game.
Yeah, you can't make those. I mean, they got to play well because this penalties got them into trouble before.
Brown on the left wing, Manning and Ferraro the split backs. They'll go to Antonio Ferraro through a hole, 20, 25, sidesteps at the 30, brought down from behind near the 34-yard line for a Meadville first down.
Oh, that was a good run. I tell you what, I love the way our line's been blocking all year, Ray. I mean, it's just been phenomenal, and you can just see on the holes that they're making.
Meadville going left to right in this opening quarter from Mahalik-Thompson Stadium. Great facility here at Slippery Rock. Edwards split to the right. They go back to the double wings. Ferraro right wing, Brown left wing, Manning the fullback. 1st and 10 from their own 34-yard line. They give us to Manning, right up the middle. Slips one tackle, there he goes, on his feet, 40. Down the left sideline, 30, 25, 20, 15, one man to beat, 10, 5, touchdown. Isaiah Manning, he slipped and looked like he was going to fall down right around the first down marker. Instead, he goes 66 yards to the house.
I tell you what, he looked really good for being a big guy. He put his hand down and just kept going, got tripped up. Oh, Mac Truck Manning for a nice touchdown run. What a run. That hole was there, too. He just got tripped up there by the first down marker. And, you know, people don't realize just for a big guy, he's pretty agile.
And here they come for the point after. Jacob Martin will snap it. Darius Edwards will hold it. And Kirk Mumau will look to go 2 for 2 at 8:20. So just 34 seconds after the Hollidaysburg score, Meadville back on top. Good snap, good hold. Mumau's PAT, again, just has enough by about 5 yards. Clears the crossbar. It's good, and it's 14-7 Meadville, 8:20 remaining in the first quarter. So we'll see how Meadville executes this kickoff right here. Now, Hollidaysburg has 4 players
5, 4, and 2.
horizontally along the 35-yard line. Then they've got 5 within 11 yards of the ball, and then their 2 return men, Adams and Storm, back deep, and now they will spread out. That second line backs up to the 30, and inside the 30, Mumau with another line drive, and Dellinger's going to take it again at the 29-yard line. It worked last time. Dellinger over the 40. Nice little sidestep move. Another cut to his left, and almost a replay of the last return, Dellinger
right
to midfield.
Maybe they need to kick it to the other side because that guy's picking up a lot of yards after he gets the ball, even though he's a big boy.
21 yards on this return. And Hollidaysburg will take over at midfield. The Golden Tigers out of District 6, winners of 4 straight. At 6-4 on the year, they take over at midfield. Paris is one receiver to the near side. Wing left, one receiver wide to the right. And they are going to give it on the zone read. This is Patrick Young to the 45-yard line. They take Vabroni, who's their talented tight end, and they line him up as an H-back on the wing. So we'll see how long it takes before they take a shot at him downfield, Ed. 2nd down and 4 at the 44-yard line of Meadville. 14-7 Bulldogs. In the first quarter, Cavallette with another zone read handoff, and again, it's Young on the carry to the 43, sets up a 3rd and 3.
That was Destin Beck on the tackle. Read that one pretty good and filled the hole.
And now they'll go to more of a spread look. They'll bring in Jason Adams, twins to the left with him and Paris. Wide to the right is Saucerman from the short side from that right hash. Cavallette now delays and takes a look at the sideline. It'll be Cavallette in a pistol, Young in the backfield, Vabroni tight right. 3rd and 3 at the 43-yard line on the right hash. Cavallette takes the snap, fakes to Young, zone read, and Cavallette with some side shift moves, and then he pushes the pile forward. He's going to be a yard shy as making the tackle at the end of the run was Tristan Beck.
Yeah, Mac Truck Manning was in on that too. I tell you, that was a good read. I thought he was going to do a little screen to the side here, the way how far back that receiver was off the the line.
And his knee actually hit closer to the 42, so it's actually a short 2 on 4th down. So they're going to bring the punting unit out.
Wouldn't be surprised. I'd watch just because it's 4th and 1.
And you also got to watch Storm, their starting tailback, does their punting. Fitzpatrick, single safety back at the 10. They go with the 3-man wall of protection backs. The snap gets to Storm. He gets away a high knuckling kick that will hit and will be downed right at the 1-yard line. Wow.
Nope, they marked it up at the 4.
Okay.
The 4 ref, maybe the 3.
And I was wondering maybe if the ref was even going to rule it a touchback because it looked like the player that caught it
Looked like his foot was on the line.
was Dalton Long, and his foot was on the goal line, but we'll see where they mark it. No, they're going to say that he caught it. They're talking it over right now, the white hat and the rest of the crew.
Yeah, but if he touches it at the 3 and he goes back and corrals it, it still should be at the 3 where he touched it first.
And that's what I think they're discussing right now, Ed, is where he touched it initially, if he made initial contact with it, and then if he didn't touch it the first time, was he able to down it without his right foot hitting that goal line?
Right, and that ref on the far side actually had a better look at it than the ref down here. Yep.
They are going to place it right at the 1. Meadville crowd doesn't like it, but that's a heck of a job by Storm, the punter. And so the Bulldogs start at their own 1-yard line, but watch out. They've got guys that can take it to the house. And here's one of them, Journey Brown, through a crease. 10,
Go.
15, 20,
He's gone.
right sideline.
Go.
Is he going to go 99 yards?
Yes, he is.
To the 30, 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown. Journey Brown goes 99 yards.
Journey, don't stop believing. He cut that corner and he was gone. Was that Storm coming up on the other side of him, coming down? I don't know, but I tell you what, woo, that's too long.
That is just God-given ability that cannot be taught. I remember Journey doing that in a game against East, 98 yards 2 seasons ago, working the games with Mike, and Journey Brown saying that he still wants to be fed as he's making the signal to the Meadville fans right underneath us. Wow, 99 yards down the right sideline.
I'm wondering if that's one of the state records right there. In
Be
a playoff
interesting.
game. Yeah.
Tom Reisenweber's in the next room. I can ask him at halftime.
Yes, sir.
Had a good conversation with Tom before the game. High snap, Edwards gets it down, and Mumau with a screaming line drive had a lot more oomph on this one, and he puts it through the sticks. 5:59 left to go in the opening stanza, 21-7 Bulldogs. Again, we mentioned they came out and, they got the early quick little jab, and Hollidaysburg came back with a right cross. Well, Meadville's done a couple left crosses.
And we're not ranked third in the nation in rushing for nothing.
That's why right there, 3 backs with special abilities. And
I mean, offensive coaches just drool about having 3 players like that.
And it's strange because in that situation, you got a wing T team pinned at their own 1-yard line, and boy, when you stack the box, you gamble.
Hey, you know what? That blocking on that right side of that ball was perfect. He had a hole to run. I'm telling you right now, you could have fit a bulldozer.
And doesn't it seem absurd to say that?
Right.
That stacking the box when the team is running a wing T at their own 1-yard line, but against this Meadville team, it's dangerous. We'll get back to that point here in a second. From the 15-yard line, here's Storm angling through a crease. There goes Storm to the right sideline, and then he is tripped up as he tried to sneak out to that sideline right around the 37-yard line.
Darius Edwards.
And the Golden Tigers come out now down 2 touchdowns just like that.
I tell you what, Darius Edwards is playing very well on special teams lately.
So after Hollidaysburg got everything they wanted there, they decide not to go for it on a 4th and 2. They get a punt that pins Meadville back at their own 1, and then Journey Brown goes 99 yards. Something else. Cavallette from the shotgun, one sidecar, rolls out to his left, looking to throw, fires to the near side, catch is made, and that'll be close to a first down marker as Paris made the catch and curled towards the marker, out of bounds right around the 46.
I think he got it.
Line of scrimmage was the 36.
Yeah, they got it.
And they'll give him a first down. Paris, a senior. And now he'll line up far side with Susserman. Cavallette and Storm in the backfield. And now, I wonder if
I think Coach wants it.
Wants a measurement.
Correct.
And again, it's great that we have mic'd officials, but we just can't really hear them in the press box with everything sealed up. So They do stay with it being ruled a first down. They go trips right, single receiver left. Cavallette from the gun. They're going to try to set up the middle screen, and Storm dropped it, but even if he catches it, Luke Sherrod's right there to wrap him up. It's incomplete, brings up a 2nd and 10 at their own 46-yard line. 5:24 left, first quarter, 21-7 Bulldogs.
You could tell that they let the lineman come in, and Luke Sherrod stayed there. He read that perfect.
That's just good film study right there.
Correct.
They let all the initial other defensive linemen come through. Cavallette rolling out, fires. Paris makes the catch, and he will be wrapped up out of bounds at the 42-yard line. It's a first down in Meadville territory.
So, Antonio Ferrara should have known that. When that quarterback rolls out that way, somebody's going to do a little out route right there. He needs to come up a little bit and let Journey take his guy deep. You see him rolling out, he's going to throw it short. He's not going to try to throw it long.
No huddle again, Cavallette. In the shotgun, Storm on his right hip. They'll give it to Storm on the zone read give, and does not get much, maybe one at the most, and they will give him one to the 41-yard line. Bring up 2nd and 9.
Destin Beck on the tackle.
Vibroni's now actually split out in the right flank with Saucerman. 2 receivers to the left. Cavallette and Storm in the backfield. Cavallette from the gun. Quick out to the near side. Caught by Paris. Paris wrapped up inbounds immediately near the 35-yard line by Manning. That just shows you how athletic their linebacking core is when you can go out and cover a wide receiver like that in Isaiah Manning. We'll mark it at the 36. Actually, the nose of the football just past the 36. So it's 3rd down and a short 5. At the 36-yard line for Hollidaysburg in Meadville territory. Cavallette on a delayed draw, and I think actually, I correct myself, he took off on his own when he realized the pocket was collapsing and no one was open. He runs for the first down to the 29.
It wouldn't be surprised if they called that one, Ray.
Yeah, he made one little quick kind of shoulder fake like he was going to throw and just took off running right up the middle. 1st and 10. Left hash, 29-yard line. Cavallette gives, and there goes Storm through a huge hole, and he's gone. 10-5 touchdown. Corey Storm's 2nd rushing touchdown of the game from 29 yards out, and it's the 2nd rushing touchdown where he's been virtually untouched.
Right up the middle. They're spreading them out, and they're taking the linebackers out. I want to see that one on film because I don't know if the linebackers got caught in there or not because I was trying to watch the DBs.
4:08 left to go in this opening quarter. Dellinger will snap it. Piacentini will hold it. And Hilling's extra point is dead solid, perfect. And it's 21-14 Meadville with 4:08 left to go in the opening quarter. So 35 points already with 4:08 left of the first.
The way this game's going, Meadville needs another stop. Maybe that might be, just enough to keep going back and forth, back and forth.
Brown and Fitzpatrick, again, the deep return men. And again, Hilling is going to cream this one into the end zone. Brown caught it. Doesn't have to take a knee because in high school, when it breaks the plane, it's an automatic touchback. But he decided to do it anyway. Maybe he's practicing for next year.
Well, it's a good thing to do.
Sure. That's a good habit because we know a young man's going to be playing on Saturday somewhere, that's for sure.
I haven't seen our defense play like this in the last, 8 weeks. Because they run something similar to General McLean, Hollidaysburg, and they played them really well and against Grove City. So I don't know. I'm going to have to watch a little bit more and see what the middle of our guys are doing on our defense.
Give you a couple of scores from District 10 in playoff action. Right after this, Isaiah Manning on the fullback quick hitter to the 23-yard line. Meadville starting this drive at their own 20-yard line. Meadville has not had very long drives. Of course, you don't have that when you have 61, 66, and 99-yard touchdown runs. 2nd down and 7 at their own 23-yard line. Split backs, wing left is Brown. One receiver to the right, Mumau will turn. He'll give to Antonio Ferraro. Ferraro slicing and dicing his way through traffic, and he'll have a first down run wrapped up at the 32-yard line.
Yeah, that was a good 8-yard pickup right there. He came right through. The line blocked real well, and he cut it right back to the middle and just picked up some yards.
Cathedral Prep leading University Prep 9-0 in a sub-regional at Veterans Stadium in Erie in the first quarter, and in the second quarter, Farrell leading Conemaugh Township. That game at Somerset High School in another PIAA first-round matchup. Brown and Ferraro on the wings, manning the fullback. First down and 10. Mumau will turn, and he'll give it to Isaiah Manning in a short gain. Nice backside tackle by Patrick Young. Manning does get 2 to the 35. 3 actually to the 35.
You know what? Mike was down there saying he was riding in a convertible. We had 70-degree weather, so I could have rode in a convertible too.
Probably.
Yeah. How you like that, Mike?
We would have made it work. Miles split to the left of the formation. Split backs, one wing on the right. That's Ferraro. And it gives to Journey Brown. Cuts. Journey Brown to the numbers at the 40. Brown gang tackled. Then there was a helmet-to-helmet hit right near midfield. Now, it wasn't intentional, so I'm glad they're not throwing a flag. But there was a collision. I believe that was from Brony and Journey Brown.
Journey took him right down.
Shy.
With 2 guys on him.
They're going to mark him down at the 48-yard line, 2 yards shy of midfield, another Meadville first down. Again, the Bulldogs going left to right, but Journey is slow to get up.
Oh, man.
He's now leaning forward. He's sitting on the turf with the trainers attending to him, and he's leaning forward.
You know what they're going to check him for.
Absolutely. He bounces right up, and he comes out, so we're going to see Julius Ream in for a play.
Now, he's a good back, too. I mean,
sure.
Hollidaysburg doesn't think, we got 4 people that can run the ball very well.
Right hash, 48-yard line, 1st and 10, Meadville on their own end. 21-14, Bulldogs, 2:33 now and running left to go in this first quarter. Manning and Ream split backs to the right of Mumau. Actually, Ream's on the left wing, Manning and Ferraro are the split backs to the right. And Mumau will turn. He'll give to Ferraro. Antonio Ferraro running right between the hash marks. Dellinger has him, but he still pushes the pile forward. First down, Meadville to the 41 of Hollidaysburg.
Hey, I'll keep saying it, and I'll say it all game. That line is blocking very well right now. They're getting positive yards. Every time they get the ball, besides those 3 long touchdowns, they're still averaging, 12 yards a carry? I'm not counting the other ones, because, they keep popping it away.
This has been their longest sustained drive so far because we haven't had a long touchdown run yet. 1st and 10 at the Golden Tigers' 41-yard line on the right hash. We're down to inside 2 minutes remaining in the first quarter. Meadville up 21-14. Mumau flip power toss. There goes Julius Ream. Another Meadville first down to the 30-yard line. Dellinger got him high, and the Hollidaysburg player that tackled him low is slow to get up on the turf, and we're going to have an official timeout. Looks like it's Storm down there on the turf, who is a free safety. And already off having himself a day so far with the 2 Hollidaysburg touchdown runs from 12 and 29. That would be a big loss for them on both sides of the ball. And again, something you hate to see at this time of the year for any team. The trainers and the referee out checking in on that player. And Storm's up. He's leaning up. It is Corey Storm, and he's holding his wrist and talking to the trainers. Ed Marin snapping some pictures of the Meadville fans right underneath us, and a good round of applause from both sets of fans. And I'll tell you, on the far side stands, they're not full, but Hollidaysburg sent a decent contingent. That's probably about a good 2.5-hour trip, I would think, from Hollidaysburg, just because it's located down there in central
and ours didn't.
Pennsylvania.
I know Mike will be upset.
10-yard pickup for Ream. First down, right hash, 31-yard line for the Bulldogs, going left to right in the opening quarter. Yeah, that was a short break. 2 plays off for Journey Brown after that face mask to face mask collision.
He was down on the sideline. He was moving his neck back and forth, so at least he doesn't have a concussion as we know of.
Brown and Ferraro left and right on the wings, manning the fullback. Miles split to the right. Brown comes in motion left to right. They'll give it to Ferraro on the counter play, and Ferraro was trying to cut. It looks like he slipped on the turf a bit, and he slides to the 26-yard line.
Oh, yeah, I was down there. That turf's nice. It's real low and flat. And I told Journey, I said, "You going to like this?" He's like, "Oh, yeah." He likes that flat, speed.
Edwards brings the play in from the sideline as the split end. He's going to work on the short side of the field. with the ball on the right hash, split to the right. Again, Brown and Ferraro left and right wing, Manning the fullback. Mumau will work under his center, Tristan Beck. It's a 2nd and 5 at the Hollidaysburg 26-yard line. He'll turn, Mumau will give, and bulldozing defenders is Isaiah Manning on the carry to the 19. It's another Meadville first down.
I love how he runs. I like that old power football. Mac Chuck Manning, right? He can run too.
And when he gets in the open field, he reminds me a lot. I'm sure Mike has probably said it a couple times, but he reminds me of Fred Epps from a couple of years ago. And Fred Epps had a great year-and-a-half long run. He wasn't even the starting fullback and took over midway through the 2010 season and had 2 great years. 1st and 10 at the 19-yard line of the Golden Tigers. The give is to Journey Brown on the right side.
Couple.
And gang tackled by a group of Golden Tigers. You had Michael Day and Dalton Long in there. And Journey's banged up a little bit. He's going to come out. Ream's going to come back in. It might be one of those situations if Meadville scores here. We're down to 26 seconds left in the first quarter. Go up 2 touchdowns. You might want to give Journey a little bit of a break.
Good. You can see him down there. His elbow's on his knees. He's not feeling too good.
2nd down and 9 at the 18-yard line of Hollidaysburg. Ream takes over on the left wing. The give is to Antonio Ferraro. Ferraro cuts right. Ferraro still on his feet inside the 10. And has to get gang tackled right around the 8-yard line as the pile pushes him back. But it will be a 1st and goal for Meadville. As getting up at the bottom of that pile for Hollidaysburg was Brock Irvin, a sophomore. And the clock winds. That'll be the final play of the opening quarter. Through 1 in this PIAA sub-regional first-round matchup at Mahalik-Thompson Stadium at Slippery Rock. It's Meadville 21, Hollidaysburg 14 on the Allegheny News Talk Sports Network. We start the second quarter from Slippery Rock University. Ray Riesdorph, Ed Marin with you. Meadville with a 21-14 lead and looking for more with a 1st and goal at the Hollidaysburg 8. As we switch ends, Meadville now going right to left in quarter number 2. But Ed, both of us just talking off the air, some concern for Journey Brown.
Yeah, he was hunched over, and like you said, wonder if his maybe got his bell rung a little bit because it looked like he was getting sick. But I mean, hopefully we can find out here at halftime.
Meadville comes out. Edwards split to the short side of the field, far right with Meadville with the ball at the right hash. Ream on the left wing. Ferraro on the right wing. Manning the fullback. Ream goes in motion. The give is to Isaiah Manning. Nice stutter step. Isaiah Manning puts his head down and falls forward to about the 2 or the 1, depending on the spot.
Those hogs are blocking so well. Journey's coming back in. Yeah, that's good. I mean, even with Journey not in there, we're still pushing the ball.
Ball's at the 2, 2nd and goal from the 2 on the far hash. Journey's going to line up as the left halfback. Ferraro and Manning split backs to the right. One receiver out wide to the right. Mumau under center, turns, gives. Antonio Ferraro into the end zone off the left side. Touchdown Bulldogs. 11:22 remaining in the second. They go up 27-14.
Old Antonio Ferraro Testarossa. I know Mike likes that one. I had to say that.
Well, he gets
nice
into the
2-yard run.
He joins the party now, his 14th rushing touchdown of the year. Brown got his 40th and 41st, and Manning got his 22nd earlier. A 2-yarder for Antonio Ferraro that caps off an 80-yard drive.
Even though they run a wing tee, like Coach says, and I agree with him 110%, it's still a balanced offense because each person gets that ball, and you don't know who's going to get it. He shares it pretty well with those guys.
Mumau on the extra point attempt. Swings the right leg, and that's his best kick of the night so far as he absolutely drills that PAT. Good. 28-14 Bulldogs with 11:22 remaining in the first half. And running on the kickoff, Young fielding a squib kick.
Nice.
And Young will be tag teamed at the 19-yard line.
Hey, Mike, our guys stayed in their lanes that time.
Edwards was in on that stop along with Austin Cottrell.
The angry red.
And Niles Moreland for
Good
Meadville.
to see Milan's in there. Or Miles.
And the Golden Tigers will start at their own 19-yard line.
Yeah, I was talking to one of my guys I coached down in Pittsburgh. He helps coach McKeesport, and he was a little upset that they lost because, he's keeping me posted. We were kind of hoping if we won and they won.
Would have been the penalty moved it up to the 18-yard line, and they kicked it from the 25, 35-yard attempt and sent it into overtime after missing a 50-yard attempt. Cavallette does a Houdini act and then finally gets undercut by Darius Edwards for a loss, but Cavallette should have got hit 3 times before that, and he kept dodging and weaving, finally brought down at the 17.
Grin Barrett Hoffman was in the backfield first and stopped him, and then came up the middle, and Edwards just shot in there and took his legs out.
Vabroni and Young are offsetting backs, and then Cavallette looking for Vabroni on the drag route, and as Ed just mentioned, it hit the helmet and goes incomplete at the 20-yard line. It's going to bring up 3rd and 12 from the 17.
See what happens when Meadville gets a push in the backfield. He has to throw the ball early. Let's see if they can continue this.
Trips to the right, single receiver far side is Adams. Cavallette and Young in the backfield. Cavallette from the gun takes the snap. Quick slant over the middle, caught by Paris. And then Paris trying to fight for first down yardage, but holding him long enough was Cottrell.
I think they got it.
But that extra effort, I don't know, the far side linesman, now the line judge and the side judge are looking at each other, trying to line things up. And they set the football down. They're going to give him a first down. So that extra lean by Paris got him to the 29. That's a heck of an effort. That was a good throw by Cavallette, too, on a quick slant. Young on a zone right through a big seam. There he goes. He might go the distance. Brown's chasing him down. He has to cut left to Brown inside the 30, and then he's brought down by Isaiah Manning inside the 30-yard line.
Those backers got to stay at home.
Patrick Young joining the parade of long runs for Hollidaysburg.
That just shows you the speed of Journey. He caught up there within a second.
Did.
He was running so fast he overran the kid.
Both teams with big plays throughout the first half. Here's Young through a hole, and then somebody got him by the ankle, and he leaned forward to the 24-yard line, so he's going to gain about 4. And they place it now at the 25-yard line. Second down and 6. Cavallette sends Young out, and now it's an empty set, and they'll go quarterback draw. Cavallette hit. He's got the first down as he falls forward inside the 20-yard line. Antonio Ferraro got enough of them where it forced Cavallette to stumble and dive forward.
That middle there has been open all night for them.
And they've exploited it, that's for sure. From the 18-yard line, 1st and 10, Cavallette gives to Young. Slithers through a hole. Young at the 5. Young cuts left and stretches the ball over the goal line. He's in for the touchdown. What an effort by Patrick Young, a 5'6" junior, and he's in from 18 yards out. We might be in for one of those nights, Ed, that we were talking about earlier.
Yep.
Clock is at 9:37 remaining in the second quarter, and it's a 28-20 Meadville lead. Hollidaysburg was late getting one of their linemen for the extra point set up. And the PAT, boy, I think that was
holy cow.
He kicked Cottrell off the end now.
Yeah.
Vlad Hilling drilled it. It's good, but Cottrell came off the near side, the left edge, and almost got a piece of it. But it sails through the uprights, and it makes it a 7-point game. Meadville up 28-21, 9:37 left in the second quarter. 28-21. Meadville will send Brown and Fitzpatrick. Fitzpatrick near side, Brown far side at their own 5. The inverted triangle backs between the 20 and the 15-yard line for Meadville. Hilling angles this one to the far side, and Brown does a great job of reading it, lets it go out of bounds before it hits the pylon on the far boundary, and Meadville will start at their own 35. It's a procedure penalty against Hollidaysburg. Meadville has scored on every possession. 61-yard touchdown run by Journey Brown. 66-yard touchdown run by Isaiah Manning. A 99-yarder by Journey Brown. And a 2-yarder by Antonio Ferraro.
You know, it's nice seeing this crowd out here. Oh, my goodness.
And such a nice, short little trip for Meadville, too. As we mentioned, we give those Hollidaysburg fans credit. But, you know, when you're the district champion, you usually get the game that's a little bit closer to you in the first round. Ferraro on the carry. Short gain. Nice form tackle right around the 38-yard line, waiting for him to get up so I can give him credit for it. And it's somebody off the depth chart. That would be Barnes on the tackle, a senior. 2nd down and 7 now for the Bulldogs, going right to left here in the second quarter from their own 38-yard line. Journey Brown has a first down run, wrapped up right around the 47-yard line. Now, Meadville just moving the ball at will against this Hollidaysburg team.
This home side's packed, Ray. I love it.
We've known throughout the years that this Meadville community will come out and support their team when it does well, that's for sure. From the just short of the 48-yard line on their own end on the right hash, it's a first down and 10. Mumau will turn and give to Isaiah Manning a little stutter step, and then he bulldozes his way forward to the 46-yard line as Kyle Rhodes was in on that stop for Hollidaysburg. Hollidaysburg with that Block H logo on one side of the helmet, the numbers on the other side. Meadville, a couple of years ago, I loved it when they went to the red helmets with the black M's.
I like that. I think a flat black with a red one match their jersey would look sweet.
They didn't have the mat style, but they had that a couple of years ago in the regular style. Here's Journey Brown on the sweep on 2nd and short. Journey Brown, a couple of stutter steps, then stood up on the left side as he was getting out to the numbers, ran into a wall of tacklers. That was strung out good by the secondary. You had Long. You had Irvin, actually, even, too, who was a defensive end who went over to that side. So it's 3rd and 2 at the 45 of the Golden Tigers.
Well, I guarantee if it's 4th down and short, they're going to go for it.
28-21 Meadville, 7:34 and running left in the first half. Mumau with the double wing behind him. Brown goes in motion. The give is to Manning, and Manning has the first down. Knew that he had it, and as soon as he felt the wrap job down below, just fell forward, and they're going to mark him either right at the sticks at the 43 or to the 42. It looks like they're going to mark him to the 42. Gained 3 on the play, first down Meadville. Meadville fans underneath us, you might be able to catch it. The sound's reverberating a little bit into our kind of telephone booth location. And I'm only saying that because it's closed. Again, this is a great facility. You're not going to bust out a cape on me, are you?
Nah.
From the 42-yard line of the Golden Tigers. And here's Journey Brown, and he got hit. That's a terrific play as Michael Day was being blocked by the left tackle, Paskoski, and he pushed Paskoski right into Brown.
No, that was Ferraro. Brown's on our, see him with the red towel.
Okay, there you go. But Day, that's a strong safety coming up, and now that's Hollidaysburg
right
loading up the box, and he pushed the blocker right into him. Mumau now on a 2nd down and 13 back at the 46-yard line. Here's Journey Brown. What a cut to the right side. There he goes. He's gone. 30, 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown. Journey Brown, 46 yards.
I got to do it. Mike, here's one for you. When you're even, he's leaving.
Wow. And that was just one incredible cut, slashing from his left to his right. And once he gets to the sideline with his track speed, it's over.
It's just phenomenal to watch him. And he just leans over a little bit. It looks like he's coming right out of the starting gate, you know? I mean, he's just gone.
6:23 remaining, and Meadville reestablishes their 2-possession lead over the Golden Tigers, as Martin will snap it to Edwards. Mumau on another point after. Kirk Mumau just calmly took a couple steps and buries the point after. 5 for 5 on the night. And Meadville with a 35-21 lead at 6:23 remaining here in the second quarter. Mumau with a line drive, and it will be fielded back at the 8-yard line. This is Young in place of Storm on this return, and Young stumbles over the 30. I'm going to mark him either at the 30 or the 31-yard line.
That line drive got down there so quick. That's where he got his extra 20 yards because he caught it at the 10.
Tigers from their own 30-yard line. Their offense will come out, and they've been pretty impressive at times too, but they've just been unable to stop Meadville. Not that that has really surprised anybody. I think most of the prognostications were leaning towards the Bulldogs in this one. Cavallette will come out in a pistol, and Young's going to work behind him. Vabroni, the H-back, motions to the left side, and the give is to Young. Stacked at the line, is able to power forward for a few at the end of it. And the one that had him down by the legs was Destin Beck, the middle linebacker. Beck's second on the team in tackles with 71, is also first in fumble recoveries. He's picked up 5 of them this season. 2 receivers left. Saucer into the right. Vabroni H-back right. On 2nd and 7, Cavallette will keep it off the direct shotgun snap. And Cavallette is forced to the left of the hash marks and brought down short of a first down.
Is that Tristan Beck?
I'm trying to fight through the referee to get the number.
I think it's Tristan.
The Meadville trainer, no, that is, yeah, you're right, it is Tristan Beck.
It looked like a guy shot him in the back.
Barrett Hoffman was one of the Bulldogs in on that stop on Cavallette. That sets them up with a pretty manageable 3rd down attempt. It's 3rd and 3 at the 37-yard line on the far hash for Hollidaysburg, going left to right here in quarter number 2. 35-21 Meadville, 5:37 left in the first half.
Elijah Saltis came in for Tristan for a little bit.
Spelling him on the line.
Watch the draw.
Jet series look here with 2 receivers to each side. Cavallette in the shotgun. Young in the backfield, little fake to Young, and Cavallette has the first down as Manning made the stop, but not until after Cavallette got to the 41. Needed 3, got 4. Good job of pulling that one out of the belly of Patrick Young, his tailback. And they get right back to the line, and they're ready to snap it again in that jet series, and now Cavallette fakes, and everybody turns and looks at the sideline. Cavallette takes the snap, gives it to Young, sweeping left side. Young hit, and Young carrying tacklers.
Oh, come on. He threw that from way back there. He's 30 yards back.
And a flag comes in at the end of the run. Luke Sherrod was in there for Meadville.
Face mask.
Elijah Soltis as well.
Man, he saw that from 30 yards back.
And a personal foul.
Wow. Okay.
Gives Hollidaysburg a first down.
That's okay. If Sean Liotta was here, he goes, that's not your call. I mean, it's really not. I mean, look how far back he is.
By the way, Coach Liotta's on Twitter now, and he goes through different plays. Man, is that fun to watch. To the Meadville 39-yard line. Cavallette will give to Young, trying to bounce outside, then cuts to his left, and he is swallowed up immediately. Sherrod and Antonio Ferraro.
Yep.
And that was Ferraro who actually kept him hemmed on that side that made him cut inside after trying to bounce outside.
You young kids watching it, that's how you play that outside spot right there.
2nd down and 9 at the 38-yard line. 3 wide receivers this time. Cavallette takes the shotgun snap, fakes like he's going to throw him, then takes off running. And Cavallette, look at him lowering his shoulder on a tackler. Gets to the 30-yard line. He's short of the first down, but I'll tell you what.
Took 2 people out.
He saw Luke Sherrod, and he squared his left shoulder up with him.
Right.
At the end of the run. Trying to get to the marker, he ended up being short by a yard, but it's 3rd and 1 at the 30-yard line. At the Bulldog 30 on the right hash on the near side, 3:58 and running left in the second. Meadville with a 2-possession lead, 35-21. And Cavallette and Young in the backfield. H-back for Brony motions over to the left slot. And Cavallette on the keeper.
Nice.
What a play by Antonio Ferraro. Did not bite on the zone read, fake, and sacks him back at the 36-yard line.
And he read that perfectly. Let the middle guys worry about the running back. You take the quarterback no matter what. And he read that perfect.
That's what
nice
you call
play, Antonio. Nice play.
Reading your key. And that's big because that was a 3rd and 1.
Yep. You know they're going to go for it with 3:23. Well, actually, didn't they call it time? Oh, no.
4th and 7.
Yep, 4th and 7. 3:15 left.
At the 36-yard line. Bunch trips to the far side of the field. Saucer and slot right. And, Ed, you thought Meadville might have jumped, but they didn't now.
I thought Luke Sherrod or Paskowski jumped. Timeout. Okay,
Hollidaysburg's going to call a timeout.
Woo. I got a little nervous there for a second.
First charge timeout to either team at 3:03 remaining in quarter number 2, 35-21 Meadville. So, you know, with this being such a high-flying game, Ed, it kind of reminds me of those arena games I used to cover when you were coaching. And those are the type of games where if you got 2 or 3 defensive stops, those were always the difference in those high-scoring affairs.
Correct.
Sure. All right, so Cavalette's going to come out. They don't have Storm. They keep Young in at the tailback position. They have one tight end. That's Fabroni, 3 wide. They're going to go for it. Cavalette rolling to his left. Nobody to throw to. Manning chasing him. Cottrell chasing him and knocks him out of bounds. Shy of the marker right around the 32 on the far boundary.
Isaiah Manning, what a perfect read by him. Stayed with that quarterback, read him all the way out. And then who's the one that?
Cottrell. That's a good play. He used the boundary.
Redhead came up. Yep.
He uses the boundary as a defender.
Perfect play.
And a turnover on downs.
Here, this is huge going into halftime because they get the ball back, or Hollidaysburg gets the ball, because we'd be up 3 scores.
Meadville already up 35-21. My good buddy Brett Pryor, who's my broadcast partner for McDowell football, just texted me and says, "Look like another shootout involving Meadville." Brett, who does such a great job on the broadcast with me for McDowell football, we're going to get a timeout, and Hollidaysburg uses their second charge timeout. Mumau comes out. Brown and Ferraro on the wings. Manning the fullback. Brown motions from the left wing to the right side. The give is to Isaiah Manning. And Isaiah Manning tried to side shift to his right and hit a wall of tacklers and is brought down right around the 33, maybe the 34. If it's the 34, he'll get 2, and it is. It's going to be 2nd and 8.
Yeah, I'm really hoping they do. Oh, go ahead.
Well, you now know that your opponent's going to be the Whitfield champ next week. So if it's one of those situations where you have a 4-touchdown lead, you might want to think about it. Not giving those starters a break. We'll see what happens if it transpires. 2nd down and 8 from their own 34-yard line. That gives to Journey Brown. Sweeping right side. There goes Brown through a crease. Cuts to his left and tries to get to the right sideline. He's in Hollidaysburg territory, and he'll be tackled inside the 40 and knocked out of bounds on the far side of the field right around the 37-yard line.
I tell you what, that was a good run. I don't know what to say every time he runs the ball, Ray. I mean, everybody sees it, and everybody knows he's quick. It's just, you're like, it's jaw-dropping.
I'll never forget his first appearance in a game, and that was at the end of the 2013 season in the finale against Conneaut. Meadville was 3-6. Conneaut was on their way to the postseason, and Brown played in that game as a freshman and had, I think, 88 yards and a touchdown. Tom Reisenweber talked about it as Ray Collins elaborated in the varsity section today. And here's Antonio Ferraro. And, boy, Ferraro did a nice job there as he got wrapped up quickly.
Got 2 yards.
But he did a great job as coming up to make the tackle. You had Irvin in there, and one of them took a swipe at the football, and he switched it from his right arm to his left arm immediately. And that player, the defender for Hollidaysburg, ended up swiping it air.
Sometimes you got to be careful, though, in the middle of the field like that when you switch it.
2nd down and 9. Brown again hit, and a good open field ankle tackle by Dalton Long. Right at the line of scrimmage as Brown tried to bounce it outside.
Like I was saying, we need to score here before halftime because that's really huge because you never know when a mistake might happen with a fumble or anything like that.
We have a timeout on the field. Meadville takes their first charge timeout. So Meadville with 2, Golden Tigers with 1 remaining in the first half. 3rd down and a long 9 at the 37-yard line. Brown, the left wing back, motions right. Mumau's looking to throw.
Got him.
Mumau deep ball. He's got Antonio Ferraro, makes the catch, and he's into the end zone for a touchdown.
Antonio Ferraro Testarossa, he just got behind there, and that ball just stayed up, and he went past those DBs just enough where, it could have fluttered a little bit longer.
Antonio Ferraro hauls in his second receiving touchdown of the year. Kirk Mumau with his 8th touchdown pass of the season, and that's his first throwing attempt in 3 weeks, and it goes to the house, 37 yards on the pitch and catch.
We were just talking about that earlier.
Yeah, he certainly hasn't had to ice his arm after games.
I tell you what, that was a good call because they probably didn't think we were going to throw it. Surprised me,
Ferraro
too.
didn't have anybody within 10 yards of him.
No, he just blew by everybody.
And Meadville goes up 3 possessions pending this point after. As Mumau drills it.
Good.
42-21 Bulldogs, a minute 38 remaining in the first half. All right, Meadville set to kick off again. Mumau is going to place it in the same spot he did last time. To the right side of the horizontal hash. So closer to being a setup between the hash marks. And another screaming line drive, and dropping this one is Adams. Adams picks it up at the 20-yard line, and he gets hammered immediately by Darius Edwards. At the 19.
Woo. Darius Edwards was flying. That dude didn't even know what hit him.
Well, folks, what you're hearing, with me working with Ed Marin, is you're hearing a special teams coach reacting to a kid making a play. Ed was the special teams coach on many Erie indoor teams. 2 rings. He's wearing one of his championship rings, one of his explosions. Is that the first or the second?
That's the repeat.
Okay, so that's the Marion game.
Yep. Well,
that's a beauty.
That was a good game, too.
That was a great game. It felt like we were playing it in a barn, and I remember how loud that place was. Had probably one of the lowest ceilings I've ever been a part of covering indoor football. Cavallette out of the shotgun on a 1st and 10 from his own 19-yard line, trying to set up the screen. Now he's going to go deep ball. He's looking for Saucerman, and Journey Brown deflected it. Saucerman almost caught it off the deflection, and it falls harmlessly incomplete at the 33-yard line.
Woo! I tell you what, if Journey wasn't covering him and somebody else was, I don't think they would have caught up to him because he got back there, and Journey with that speed, he's got a good vertical too, Journey, so that was a good play.
Wow.
He played the ball. He jumped up at the highest point and knocked it down. That's what you got to do.
Cavallette put a lot of air on it and actually almost led to Saucerman getting a little extra separation at the end. But as you mentioned, Brown stayed with him step for step. 4 wide, 1 back, 2nd and 10. And it is Young. So we have not seen, remember when Corey Storm got banged up defensively, Ed? We have not seen Corey Storm since that point of the game. It's been all Patrick Young. As he picks up 3. They actually moved the original line of scrimmage to the 20, so it's 3rd and 7 now at the 23.
That was Grin and Barrett Hoffman on the tackle on that one. So we only got, what, 2 yards?
3 yards, and it is 3rd and 7 at the 23. We're down to 56 seconds remaining in the first half, and the Tigers going left to right have just 1 timeout remaining. Twin receivers to the right, that's Vabroni and Saucerman. 2 receivers far side left from the gun.
Get him.
Cavallette trying to set up the screen, gets it off, and then it ended up being dropped by Storm. And even if Storm catches that ball, you've got Sherrod and Destin Beck right in the vicinity.
Oh, yeah.
But it falls incomplete.
Well, I can't really say that the line put pressure. I mean, I know they did, but he was drawing them back just to get that little dump-off pass to that running back. But that was a good play by Destin Beck to be right there because I don't think he would have got more than 2 yards.
And the punting unit out. As with Storm injured.
Let's see if Fitzpatrick, old Swaggy, can return another one like he did last week. That was his first touchdown last week, too, by the way.
Hilling takes a high snap back inside of his own 10-yard line and gets one off that was almost blocked. And this one's a high beauty, then takes a Hollidaysburg bounce. Fitzpatrick's just going to let it go out of bounds. My question was, and I think you're pointing to the same thing, is whether 83 Dylan Allison actually touched it closer to the 40.
That's a 50-yard.
I don't think they're going to say that. I think they're going to mark it out of bounds at the 25-yard line.
That's a 50-yard
kick.
punt. I mean, he got 15 yards a roll, but still a 50-yard punt. That's pretty good.
All the way down to the 25. Meadville on their own end, 27 seconds left. And I mean, this is where Meadville's offense, the way it's run this year,
good score again.
It's a double-edged sword because you can either run the clock out or you can break one.
You can't key on just one person.
Sure.
You can't do it. Earth, Wind, and Fire back there. I mean, any one of them could take it to the house just like that.
Split backs are Ferraro and Manning. Brown on the right wing. Mumau under center with 1 wide. He'll turn and give it to Journey Brown. There goes Journey Brown going right. Now he
He's
cuts
gone.
it across the grain. He's got blockers.
He's
30
gone.
to the 40. Midfield being chased by Saucerman. Brown on left sideline. 30, 25, 20.
He's
Diving
gone.
tackle attempt. Misses.
Nice
And Brown
play.
heads into the end zone for a touchdown.
Journey, don't stop believing with that nice run.
5 yards.
Oh my gosh! Didn't we just talk about that? They could just hit it, any one of them back. Oh, Mike, you're missing a good game, buddy.
One last diving attempt at the tackle was missed right around the 15, and Brown just kept cruising up that left sideline.
I thought he was going to get caught. It didn't look like he was it looked like he was tired or something.
11 seconds left in the half.
He's over 300 yards
21.
rushing already.
Unreal.
Is he going to get another 700 yards?
Depends on how many times he touches it in the second half. We'll see. The Meadville fans underneath us, you might be able to hear it now. I mean, they're making some noise. Again, as I mentioned, our booth is enclosed, so we can't really get the full feel.
Journey's loving it.
Mumau with another extra point, and it is good.
Good.
11 seconds left. Unbelievable. There is not much else you can say. 49-21, Bulldogs. Mumau squibs this one, and it's going to go out of bounds, and so Hollidaysburg will start at their own 35-yard line with 11 seconds left in the half. So you got 2 red-hot teams coming in. Meadville with 10 straight wins. Hollidaysburg with 4 straight wins after their loss to McDowell, but Meadville has scored 21 in a row since it was a one-possession game at 28-21.
28 points. Wow.
49-21. Journey Brown with touchdown runs of 61, 99, 46, and 75.
I'm lost at words.
Just mind-blowing.
Can you believe
Meadville, now their last 2 playoff games here, they scored 43 against Slippery Rock in the game that Mike and I did back in 2011 when they had that revenge game, lost to Slippery Rock in overtime, literally right across the street from here in the regular season, and then walloped them 43-7 here at Mahalik-Thompson Stadium in the District 10 opening round. Hollidaysburg with a run. It's Young on a zone read. Got to the 37-yard line, and that is the final play of this first half. The Meadville fans on their feet clapping as Meadville leaves the field to the near side to our right. Through 2 quarters of play from Mahalik-Thompson Stadium at Slippery Rock University, it's Meadville 49, Hollidaysburg 21 in this 5A PIAA first-round matchup on the Allegheny News Talk Sports Network. Hollidaysburg, remember, they won the toss, deferred to the second half, so they will get ready to field the opening kickoff. And I'm curious, and again, no Corey Storm, so apparently that was a severe enough injury that we have not seen him since that point, about the midway point of the second quarter when he was hurt on defense. So it'll be Adams and Young back to return as Mumau kicks it left to right. Played on a hop by Young back around the 12-yard line. 20, 25, 30. Breaks a tackle there. Tried to get to the sideline. Got a nice block there and slid through it and is finally wrapped up at the 36-yard line. Young might end up with about 150 yards of kick return yards in this game the way he's been going tonight.
Oh, he runs hard. You can't arm tackle that kid. There was a couple people on that return that they arm tackled him, but
Young is a 5'6", 168-pound junior. And on the right hash on the far side, the Hollidaysburg offense comes out. They bring Adams and Paris out to the left. Vabroni and Saucerman, 2 receivers to the right on the short side. Cavallette from the gun, screen, Vabroni trying to get him involved into the game, and he's forced out of bounds on the far side by Lennox Miles. Positive yardage to the 43-yard line. Nice little play on first down. Although, looks like they're going to mark him out at the 41 instead of the 43 that I initially thought, so it's second down and 5. Cavallette from the gun again. He's going to go slot screen to the near side, and Paris dropped it, and Edwards was right there anyway to wrap him up, incomplete.
Oh, he broke on that ball real well, Edwards did. And I think that caused a little bit of uncertainty catching that ball.
So it's 3rd and 5 at their own 41, right hash mark on the far side of the field, going right to left here in the third quarter, just underway. Cavallette slant complete to Paris. Meadville all over it. Paris with a short gain. Well, he ends up being just a yard shy of the first down. That was a good job of Isaiah Manning down low, not letting him stretch the ball for the mark. And now an early decision. I think you're Hollidaysburg. You got to go for it here.
Yeah.
Ended up being a longer game than I initially thought, just because Paris's forward momentum was taking him.
Look, but still be careful because Storm's not punting, is he?
No,
because he's out. So
they've had Hilling doing it the last couple times since Storm got hurt. 4th down and 1 from their own 45. Meadville fans again shaking the bleachers underneath of us, stomping them like they. Now you talked about the Meadville fans. I'll never forget a couple weeks ago against Conneaut at Greenville. I mean, they were making the stands vibrate underneath us. Hilling makes the snap. We're going to get motion.
It looked like the two guys when he came up, it went over. I think number.
It was 15. It was Fisher who was motioning across the formation.
Right, but you had 32 move in too, but two guys can't move at the same time.
So that will make it a 4th and 6 back at the 40. So this sets up Hilling right around his own 25 was where he initially set up. Now he's going to move up to the 29. One of the wall blockers motions out. Hilling's looking to throw, and he throws to the near side and making a timing catch. It's a first down.
Incomplete.
Now they're going to rule it incomplete. They're going to rule it incomplete, trying to make a play and give all kinds of credit to Stephen Kennewell, who is a junior, number 32. It was not a very well-thrown football by Hilling, the punter, and he came back to it and tried to scoop it off the turf and could not do it without the ball touching the ground. A turnover on downs, and Meadville has it at the Golden Tiger 40-yard line. And potentially could probably make very short work of this drive with this field position. Mumau turns, gives to Antonio Ferraro, trying to bounce outside, hemmed in. Nice job. Hollidaysburg going horizontal. Dellinger and long. Gain of 2 to the 38. That's what's crazy when you defend this Meadville team, is even when it looks like you've really got something strung out, they're still getting 2 or 3 yards of crack. Ferraro, right halfback, Brown left halfback, Manning the fullback, one split end to the right. Brown comes in motion. There goes Journey Brown to the 30, through a hole, he's gone. 10-5 touchdown.
That was a nice cutback. His vision is unbelievable too. As soon as he hit that, what I love about him is when he steps in there and he puts that 1 foot down and then he cuts, it looks like it's just all one motion with him.
Unreal, just the footwork. 38 yards for Journey Brown, his 5th of the game.
Well, there's a lot of people back here listening, back home at work.
Yeah, your phone's blowing up, my friend.
Yeah, they're saying they're listening to us, and
Ed's like the mayor of Meadville. I used to give that. I used to give that to that moniker to Mike Fiorillo, but I think you got some competition now, Mike.
Sorry, Mike.
Mumau for the point after. Edwards to hold. Martin snaps it. Low snap, but Edwards did a nice job getting it on the tee, and Mumau drills it to make it 56-21.
I did it right that time.
You did? You did? You almost sounded like Mike on that one.
Oh, no.
10-12 remaining in the third quarter. Journey Brown, what else can be said? Tight together are the 2 return men. It's another line drive, and Young fields it at the 14, 20, 25, 30. Bounces out to the right sideline, trying to get to the right sideline anyway, and was wrapped up before he could bounce it out there by Darius Edwards. Young's going to end up with some pretty impressive numbers on the return game, as I mentioned earlier in this quarter.
Now you got people from New York texting me saying, the mayor of Meadville, huh? Joe Volna up there in New York.
They're going to know how long I've known you for.
Oh, I used to love listening to you call our games.
Hollidaysburg starts at their own 34-yard line. I got a lot of memories of, again, having the pregame conversation with Tom Reisenweber where we were talking about indoor football. And I'll tell you, I'd like to get everybody together and write a book because there are some fun stories about the decade-long different Erie franchises in that sport. Incomplete pass to the far side intended for Saucerman. Coverage by Journey Brown brings up a 2nd and 10.
You're right. And, and I knew what the struggle was when I was the general manager and coach.
So you were the general manager of the 09 River Rats, right? When
no, it was the year after when it was the Storm. Yep.
You were part of Coach Fulmar's coaching staff, correct?
Yes, at the beginning. And then he left. And then Sean kept me on. And you know what? For coaching with that gentleman, that people don't realize. I mean, he has CDs out. He has DVDs.
Sure.
That coach is phenomenal.
Cavallette on a zone read keep was forced out of bounds on the far sideline, and so it sets up after a loss of 4, a 3rd and 14 at their own 30-yard line. Cavallette will work with Young as his tailback. Trips to the left, single receiver, far side on the short side to the right. Cavallette throws it, is intercepted. Journey Brown with the pick off at the 35. There he goes to the near side. 20, cuts left, now stays to his right, and Journey Brown go for the pylon. He's in for the touchdown.
Whoa!
Might as well just add that to his evening.
Boy, he came up there and undercutted that one. He read that play real well.
A 35-yard pick six.
Well, you might as well give him one on the kickoff, too. I mean,
go for the hat trick in that department.
Well, there was a website or Facebook that said pick out the best DB. He didn't get the best running back or, whatever, but they were going on district like 5, 9, 10. But he got the best DB, so he just capped it off for the fan vote. So
this is a legendary performance right here. They'll be talking about this one for quite some time. And Meadville's first ever PIAA appearance is starting off with a bang.
Yes, I mean
62-21, and Moomaw will make it 63-21 with another point after. Journey Brown with his 6th touchdown, and he does it on the defensive end this time. 8:37 left at Mahalik-Thompson Stadium here in the 3rd quarter. You know what? While we got an opportunity with the score 63-21, we'll take a quick 30-second timeout on the Allegheny News Talk Sports Network. Officially, Journey Brown credited with a 39-yard interception return for a touchdown. And Meadville with a 63-21 lead with 8:37 remaining in the 3rd quarter. And on the kickoff this time, struggling to corral the footballs, Adams. That's the 2nd time he's had trouble fielding a clean kickoff. And he's wrapped up after a short return to the 22-yard line. Trying to run up the seam at the middle of the field and just drop the kick. No other way really to describe it to you. And the Golden Tigers come out, and it's hard to believe this was a 28-21 game at 9:37 remaining in the 2nd quarter.
Yeah.
Lebroni tight end to the left. Paris split to the near side wide at the 20-yard line. One receiver to the right, 2 backs in a straight line next to Cavallette out of the gun. Cavallette going to try to throw a deep ball to the near side for Paris. And Paris can't get underneath it. It's overthrown at the 30. Darius Edwards on the coverage.
Oh, that was good coverage right there. I mean, he was step for step with him, even though he was behind him. But you could see that, and I thought Meadville did very well. Their defensive line got a little bit of a push, and when he saw that he was going to throw, they kind of like just sat there for a minute because they didn't know if he was going to run or not. So, I mean, I thought it was a good good adjustment by the coaches.
Cavallette continues to work out of the pistol in that 2-back set, and he'll keep it himself, trying to run to the right side, and he was chased down for no gain, maybe even a loss on that far side. I want to make sure I give credit to that's Paskowski on the stop.
Right. That's the first time we called his name tonight, but the last 2 weeks he's been playing very, very well.
Now they did end up giving, I thought it was going to be either at a loss of 1 or at the original line of scrimmage, but they give him a yard. It's 3rd and 9 from their own 23-yard line. Cavallette running the option and brought down at the 25-yard line, which will force another Golden Tiger punt. Second play in a row. Haskowski with the wrap up on the little option keeper by Cavallette.
Fourth down.
I'm surprised we mentioned Vaborny had the one catch, but they have not really gone to him that much. He was their one offensive weapon that we were concerned about in the passing game. And Corey Storm, again, that injury that's hurt their running game a little bit. Fitzpatrick, single safety, will back up at his own 40-yard line. And the snap goes over the head of Hilling.
You were just saying that today.
Hilling has to pick it up, and it's
got it.
recovered for a touchdown in the end zone. Darius Edwards recovers the touchdown. He blocked the punt a yard deep in and recovers it in the end zone.
Nice play, young man. He's been deserving a break on that because that kid's been playing so hard the last 8 weeks and, you know, almost wanting to get in there and blocking those extra points, and then he gets one. And he's been flying all around today.
So Meadville is an extra point away from tying their highest point total of the year, which they did twice in back-to-back weeks against Franklin and Oil City with 70. And Kirk Mumau can do that right here. And, hey, we got 6:19 left to go in the third quarter, so they're going to break their single-season scoring total this year. And Mumau pushes it wide left, so it's going to stay at 69-21. Meadville with 6:19 remaining in the third. Mumau with another kick going left to right. And this time, able to handle it is Adams. Or excuse me, that's Young, and there goes Young to the near side. Young to the 40 of Meadville, and finally will be brought down inside the 45-yard line. Saving a touchdown that time was Miles Moreland.
Well, he got flying out of nowhere.
I might actually, and this has never happened to me before, keeping a scoring summary of a high school game. I might run out. I might have to go to a second sheet of paper. I'm almost running out of room.
You should have been there last year when we called the Du Bois game.
Well, yeah, that would have been about 3 sheets right there. 69-21 Meadville, 6:02 remaining here in the third quarter. And we've had that mercy clock for a little bit now in this third quarter, and it will continue to be in effect. Cavallette with 2 defenders coming near him, has a wide open receiver, and it's going to be caught for about as easy as a touchdown as you can come up with as he hits Susserman on a 34-yard strike. Susserman was wide open, just waiting by the right pylon for that ball to fall on his lap.
Journey fell down. If he wouldn't have fell down, I don't think he'd have been that wide open.
We're still going to stay with the mercy rule here because the best they can cut it to is a 42-point deficit. Cavallette on the year throws his 9th touchdown pass. Susserman's 4th touchdown reception, 34 yards on the pitch and catch. They're going to go for 2. Cavallette with a fake. Rolling to his right, throws back of the end zone. And Vaborny makes the catch for the 2-point conversion. Here's a pop-up kick that Manning calls for a fair catch, and he catches it with his back to play inside the 30-yard line. Good decision by Isaiah. And the Meadville offense trots out. And again, with the mercy rule clock, you have the stoppages on injuries and change of possessions and scoring plays. Other than that, it's going to continue to run, even with a 40-point Meadville lead.
There it goes.
69-29. And Meadville comes out. Wow, I thought Manning caught that ball closer to about the 28 They put it all the way back to not the 26. It looks like they'll officially mark it at the 27-yard line as Manning carries going off right tackle. Gets to the 29 for a gain of 2. It's 2nd down and 8 on the near hash. You have that rotation of 3 split ends for Meadville. Edwards, Miles, and Cottrell. It's Cottrell this time. Brings the play from the huddle. I mentioned this when you and I were doing the first half of the Conneaut game, but it's worth mentioning again. The years I covered this team, they used to make the quarterback run back and forth to the sideline to get the play. I like that they use the split ends now to bring in the plays in the wing T. Ferraro on the carry. Patient, lets a defender fly by him, and then everything collapses and he falls forward to the 30 for a gain of 1. Up front, Mason McCready in there for Hollidaysburg. Sophomore defensive tackle. I'll bring up a 3rd down and 7 from the 30-yard line. Going left to right in the 3rd quarter. The mercy clock running at 4:18 remaining in the 3rd. 69-29 Meadville. Split end to the left is Lennox Miles. Brown and Ream are the wingbacks. Manning the fullback. And now we have Hollidaysburg pointing towards Meadville as McCready penetrated the neutral zone. And it is a false start on the left side of the Meadville line. Back to the 25. So it's a 3rd and 12 for the Meadville offense. They come out in the same formation. Ream goes in motion. They'll go counterplay to Journey Brown. Brown dodges one tackler and throws a stiff arm at the 30, but he will be brought down.
That should have been a late hit.
Right around the 28-yard line. Brown is saying something to the official, but to no avail, as coming in to make the stop was Michael Day and Liam Stewart for Hollidaysburg. Ended up gaining 4 to the 29-yard line. And Meadville comes out. Probably see the quick kick by Mumau here. He delays for a bit. He's actually in the shotgun, splitting Manning and Ferraro. Now he backs up deep and gets off a sidewinder that goes to the far side and rolls out of bounds right along the 46-yard line.
Sorry, sometimes when I talk over you, sometimes I get a little excited.
That first time we worked together, it's no big deal.
A second.
Well, for a half.
Okay.
Okay, so
Yeah.
you're right, technically.
Yeah.
That was a crazy night from the get-go.
That was fun, though.
We had to make some adjustments on the broadcast because something we were promised was going to work didn't work, and then so we made that adjustment and we got on the air. And
it was fun being down on the sidelines. You know, I did the first half.
Yeah, it's too bad that wireless mic that we were given didn't work that night. That would have been fun to have you and Mike alternating down on the sideline. That would have been fun. So the Tigers from their own 46-yard line. Give you the time here in just a moment. Cavallette with another deep ball attempt off a play fake. And he's looking for Sosserman. Sosserman got hit. That's going to be pass interference.
Yep.
And I don't think that it was intentional.
But guess what?
But you were just going up to make a play on the ball, and they made contact with him. That was Journey that made contact with the face mask with the left shoulder. Just a 15-yarder at the high school level. Meadville with 20 points here in the 3rd quarter. And they're up 40. And Meadville's taking a timeout. We'll step away as well, take a 30-second timeout as Meadville leads Hollidaysburg 69-29 in the PIAA 5A playoffs on the Allegheny News Talk Sports Network. Back at Mahalik-Thompson Stadium at Slippery Rock, Ray Riesdorph, Ed Marin, and Meadville dominating the Golden Tigers of Hollidaysburg in this Class 5A PIAA first-round playoff matchup, 69-29. And the Tigers now with a 1st down and 10 at the Meadville 39-yard line as the clock will run after the snap of this with 2:28 left in the 3rd. Meadville with a 40-point lead. Cavallette on the keeper, nowhere to go, and a great job by Luke Sherrod of reading his key and wrapping him up for a loss back at the 44-yard line.
That was a good play right there. He just come flying in, and they're starting to read it a little bit better than what they have in the first quarter. Because I was getting concerned because the whole middle was wide open, and they weren't getting a nice push.
Vaborny is in the right slot out there with Saucerman, and a little bit of confusion for them as they have Adams and Paris on the near side. Cavallette from the gun on 2nd down and 15.
Ooh,
deep ball to the far sideline, and this one goes out of bounds. He was looking for
down.
Vaborny. Cavallette slow to get up as he took a shot. Cottrell was on the coverage on the incompletion.
Is that pass?
Now, Cavallette did get banged up and actually missed
Tristan Beck on
the fourth quarter in the McDowell game. And Nolan Walters came in and relieved him for the last couple of possessions in that contest. But he's okay right now. 3rd and 15 at the 44-yard line, and looks like Meadville penetrated the neutral zone. And if Mike was here, what would he say, Ed? Your eyes have to be your what?
Ears.
Thank you. We had to get a Fiorillo-ism in at some point during the course of the broadcast. Sets up a 3rd down and 10, back to the original line of scrimmage at the 39-yard line. Laborny and Saucerman to the right, Paris and Trevor Miller to the left. Young is the back. Cavallette from the gun takes the snap, and he got hit. Ball's loose. Manning drilled him. It's going to be scooped up. And there goes Antonio Ferraro on a scoop and score for a Meadville touchdown.
He's down again.
Oh, Cavallette got killed on the blind side by Isaiah Manning.
Oh, what a hit.
So now, 2 defensive touchdowns and a special teams touchdown here in the 3rd quarter.
I love it when that happens. You know, special teams touchdown.
Well, yeah, I was going to say you're a special teams guy.
Boy, they're playing good on all sides of the ball, except for that one return here, just this last one here.
Wow, I wonder if we're going to see Cavallette after that one. Boy, did he get smoked. 37 seconds left in the 3rd quarter.
Well, he got hit the time before, too.
Martin snaps it. Edwards with the hold. Mumau with the extra point, and this one is good after he missed the last one. 37 seconds left in the 3rd. 76-29 Bulldogs.
You know what? With all the extra points Mumau kicked, and he's only missed one. I'm happy with that.
Sure. As Mumau's kick goes out of bounds at the 13-yard line on the far side of the field, that will give Hollidaysburg the 35-yard line on a procedure call. I really am going to have to get another piece of paper here. And when we move along to the 4th quarter, it's handed me I just need one blank one there, and that way I can give an accurate scoring summary. Although at this point, the scoring summary is pretty much moot. With the score 76-39 Meadville. So Meadville gets set to take on West Allegheny next week. Time and place to be determined. Stay tuned to log on to myantsnetwork.com, and I'm sure as soon as we find out the time and the place, which usually happens pretty quickly now, and a good person in the room next to us to follow on Twitter is Tom Reisenweber. He usually gets that information very quickly. So I know for the folks that follow me on Twitter, I'll retweet it as soon as it comes out. And we end up with a re-kick because you have the option of making the team re-kick it. Mumau kicks it. Dellinger on the return, and Dellinger returns it to the 44-yard line.
He didn't get a good return that time.
Not as good as the previous two where he had 20 and 21 earlier in the game. You know, Meadville had to see something on film. At some point, Dellinger must have muffed one, and they pointed it out on film.
He usually goes to the right, anyhow, or the left, anyhow, when he kicks.
30 seconds left to go in the 3rd. And yeah, I think there's a point where in these situations, and I know that you usually stop on the change of possessions and the scoring plays and things of that nature. But I think at certain points of these games, that mercy clock, maybe they should just keep, when it gets to a certain point total, they should just keep it running no matter what, unless there's a player injury. Just keep it running. on a jet sweep running to the right side. It's Dalton Long, who normally plays defense but was out there and runs a jet sweep to the far side of the field.
3 different people scored on, you had 1 interception, block punt, a fumble recovery. 3 different people. I mean.
What a third quarter for the Bulldogs. That's the final play of the third, and we head to the fourth. Meadville 76, Hollidaysburg 29 on the Allegheny News Talk Sports Network. This fourth quarter, just a formality right now. Meadville with a 76-29 lead over Hollidaysburg, getting ready to play West Allegheny next week in the quarterfinals of the 5A PIAA bracket.
I can't wait for that game. I can't wait.
Long gained 6 on that first down run, so it's 2nd and 4. Cavallette with a deep option pitch to Long, and that play never had a chance as they're going to lose yards back to the 45-yard line as Tristan Beck.
Mack Truck Manning blew it up the first time. He got out of it a little bit, but tell you what, that was a good read. I thought he was going to clean his clock on that one.
3rd down and 9 now after a loss of 5 on a futile sprint option look. Cavallette from the gun. Long stays in as his tailback. 2 wide to both sides. On the near side, it's Paris and Saucerman. Going to throw a quick out to the far side. The catch is made. Vaborny goes out of bounds shy of the marker as he's wrapped up at the 49, maybe the 48 of Meadville now is where they're going to move it up to, and they will. Near side official trying to line himself up with the far side one, those line and side judges. Makes it a 4th and 2 at the 48. Got to get to the Meadville 46, and they'll keep everybody out there. Miller and Vaborny, twin receivers to the left. Paris and Saucerman to the right. Cavallette takes the shotgun snap, looks for Vaborny, who's hit, and he'll be...
Ooh, it's going to be tight. I think he's going to be short.
Close to the marker. But if he doesn't get the first down, it's going to be because of the job that Austin Cottrell and Darius Edwards did on that far side of the field. Looks like right now they're marking him about half a yard, maybe a full yard short.
You know, the debacle started for Hollidaysburg when Storm left the game.
Sure. Half a football length shy, and so it's a turnover on downs.
Mike, if you're still listening, we need a pair of binoculars next year. Hint.
You hinting that he needs to purchase one for both of you, or just for you, or
just for me?
I just tried. This is actually my older brother's old ones that I snagged from him a few years ago. 10:31 in running left in the fourth quarter, and Meadville takes over at their own 47-yard line. Julius Ream with the sweep and then cutting inside the numbers to the near side, and was wrapped up at the 48.
How long have you been doing Allegheny games?
Well, I didn't do any last year.
Used to.
Pinch hit for Mike a couple of weeks ago when I did that game, and then I did the Conneaut game with you and Mike in the playoffs. But it was 8 years. 2007 to 2014 in some capacity, as Isaiah Manning with a first down run. You don't get a lot of east-west with Isaiah Manning, a lot of north-south, and
I love that style running.
Gets up to the 41-yard line. Started in radio with Allegheny for the first 4, and then it was Gators TV for the next 4.
Yeah, I didn't know if you were calling the games when Shane was there or not. Julius.
No, that would have been early 2000s, and that was before my time. That would have, I know Vic was there. I can guarantee you that. Vic's been there since.
He's been everywhere.
The Gators won the national title. 1990 was Vic's first year in the booth.
I remember that.
And that was for a national title run. How about that? To the 41-yard line, 1st and 10 for the Dogs. They'll go flip power toss. And inside the 40, around the 38-yard line, it is Julius Ream, the ball carrier. Yeah, I think that B.J. Hammer watched Vic do the post-game interview with him when I did the Ohio Wesleyan game a couple of weeks ago. I think that give that program a few more years.
Oh, I agree.
But all he really is talking about right now is instilling a strength and conditioning program that's going to make them compete with the big boys. 2nd and 8 at the 38-yard line. Flip power toss to Journey Brown this time. Journey Brown almost broke a tackle as he has first down yards to the 26-yard line, but there was one man wrapping him up down low. I believe that was Dalton Long, and if Long wouldn't have got him, Brown would have went to the house.
Wow, that clock stopped for about 5 seconds before they started rewinding it again.
And it's at 8:30, so this fourth quarter is going to blow by fast, we hope.
Are they supposed to stop it when they move the chains? I didn't think they did.
Not for the mercy clock, I don't believe.
It was stuck on 8:37 for like 5 seconds.
Mumau under center, split backs one wing from the 26-yard line, 1st and 10. Mumau's looking to throw, and Mumau's looking for Lennox Miles in the end zone. It's going to be intercepted at the goal line by Dalton Long. Long out to the 11-yard line, tackled by Julius Ream as they tried to get it to Lennox Miles in the end zone. Pass was underthrown.
He had the guy underneath right in the middle right there by the 10-yard line wide open. Julius Ream looks a little shaken up, holding his left hip.
Hollidaysburg offense. Now the clock will stop right now because it's an interception. It's a change of possession. Long with a 12-yard return on the pick. First turnover for Meadville. Meadville came in, another incredible number, plus 17 on the year. And you throw in pick 6, a blocked punt, and a scoop and a score. They get 3 more of them today. And they all went for 6 in that third quarter. Hollidaysburg's going to bring a new quarterback in. Long will get the zone read carry. Brady Walters was the younger brother of Nolan Walters, who I mentioned saw time in that McDowell game. Brady Walters is a 5'11", 168-pound sophomore, now in at quarterback for the Tigers. So 2nd down and 6 after Long gets a 4-yard gain. Walters takes the snap, and he'll run it right from the shotgun snap. And Walters with a couple of nice stiff arms, and he's got a first down as he is run out of bounds right around the 35-yard line.
Yeah, that's kind of unusual. He ran out of the grasp of Journey there. Usually when Journey gets his claws on you, you're going down.
Although, looks like he stepped out closer to the 32. They'll bump it back to the 32 on the right hash. 6:52 remaining in the fourth quarter. 76-29 Bulldogs. Luke Sherrod runs off the field. Walters will come out. He'll have Rhodes and Long, 2 backs stacked to his right, 2 receivers to the far side. Long goes in motion, and they'll give it to the fullback Rhodes up the middle to the 35-yard line for a gain of 3. One of the Bulldogs slow to get up, and it's only because he's tying his shoe. That was Tristan Beck who was in on the stop. Golden Tigers going left to right here in the fourth quarter. Again, this was a 28-21 ball game, folks, at 9:37 remaining in the second.
Tell you what, we've used this line before. Our defensive line. Go ahead.
Oh, it's a W. I was actually gonna turn you up a little bit there, Ed.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I wasn't telling you to stop talking.
Oh, no, they were getting ready to
Yep.
play. I was just
You're
saying, after that first quarter, the defensive line, I always use this with Mike, has been playing. They're thicker than a KFC biscuit right now. Nope, they can't. Hollidaysburg can't get any penetration.
No gain on that last carry. So it's 3rd and 7 from their 35-yard line. Long on that carry.
Any updates?
I'll get him here in a minute. I had to refresh my screen. Brady Walters from the gun, takes the snap. Pressure coming, throws.
No one open.
Looking to the far side and kind of threw it into no man's land.
That's a good arm.
He had 2 receivers out there. One of them was number 85, Jacob Barner. Was probably the closest one to the football, and it fell incomplete. The other receiver near the vicinity was Nicholas Piacentini, does the holding on the point afters. They'll go for it on a 4th down and 7 from their own 35-yard line with the Clock still running at 4:46 left in the fourth quarter. Walters takes the snap on 4th and 7 and had a receiver open but threw it behind him, but we're going to get a penalty flag. Looks like Manning might have been grabbing the jersey on the intended receiver, Piacentini.
I like them having the refs having that mic.
Yeah, like I said, I just wish we had the open air, or at least somewhere we would have been able to slide a crowd mic out to actually get that and be able to bring it up to the listeners. They'll get to hear it on the Armstrong broadcast, though, that's for sure. Walters will have Long on his right hip. So because of the penalty on the incompletion, 15-yard pass interference call puts it at midfield for Hollidaysburg. Walters, zone read, keep, trying to break one tackle, and as he's grabbed by the ankles, dives forward to the 46-yard line.
I'm looking kind of bare in the stands on our side, right? Hit the 4-minute mark, everybody's leaving.
Everybody's probably going to grab something to eat if they didn't do so before the game. A couple of nice little places around here to go to. Get you those D10 scores. Cathedral Prep up 58-12 over University Prep. That's actually a final now. And Farrell with a 30-0 lead over Comox Township in the fourth quarter. Walters again on a keep, and Walters with a nice cut to his left. And Walters with a 35 for a first down.
Yeah, Lennox Miles on the tackle.
So with Cavallette graduating and the backup Nolan Walters graduating, it's a little bit of an audition for the younger Walters, Brady Walters, the sophomore.
He has a good arm.
They have Dylan Allison and Piacentini wide to the left and a single receiver near side to the right. Long in the backfield. It's a pistol look this time for Walters on a first down. Zone read give to Long. Long powers his way to the 32-yard line. Brought down by Isaac Whistler. They'll even give him the 31, so it's a gain of 4, 2nd and 6 at 31 on the right hash as we're down to 2:51. That mercy clock's been a nice thing in this fourth quarter. A really fast-moving fourth quarter. Here from Slippery Rock University. It would be nice if we'd be able to come back here for next week. I don't think it's going to happen, but if it does, folks here at Slippery Rock are tremendous. Very hospitable. The snap went to Walters, and it's trying to run a zone read, but the snap almost went closer to Long. Walters grabbed it, gave it to Long, and by that time the penetration was there at the 34-yard line.
Good thing he slipped and fell, or else he would have got his bell rung.
I mean, I'm glad you agree with me, Ed, that it looked like it almost ended up being a direct snap to Long, but Walters kind of cut in front of him and grabbed the ball. 3rd and 9 now for Hollidaysburg at the Meadville 34-yard line. Brady Walters from the gun takes the snap, sprint out to the left, looking to throw, no one to throw to. He's going to tuck and run and falls forward, and the ball came out. It was recovered by Edwards, and it is Meadville football. As you give Walters credit, he's a sophomore trying to make a play. He's trying to stretch the ball to get an extra yard to give them a 4th and manageable, and the ball just kind of got ripped out, and Edwards recovered on the far side and went out of bounds. 4th Hollidaysburg turnover. With 1:50 left. Thank you for doing that, Ed. Check in with our producer, Melissa Doty, and we'll take one more break at the end of this one and come back to you with some final numbers and maybe go grab some grub on the way home.
I'm hungry, Ray.
1:30 and running left in this fourth quarter. All Meadville tonight, 76-29. Meadville in victory formation. Mumau will take a snap inside his own 30-yard line. He'll have to do it one more time. Well, Meadville did it in all aspects tonight. You had Journey Brown's performance, well over 300 yards rushing, 5 touchdowns, but he also had a pick 6. Antonio Ferraro with a 45-yard fumble return. Darius Edwards with a blocked punt, recovering it in the end zone for a touchdown. Meadville after going back and forth with Hollidaysburg for about a quarter and a half, just took over and outscored them in the second and third, 28-7 and 27-8. One more time. Kirk Mumau takes the snap and takes a knee. And down to 29 seconds remaining for the Bulldogs. And now Meadville, in their first ever PIAA playoff appearance, make a statement as they knock off the Hollidaysburg Golden Tigers by a score of 76-29, and they have a date with the Whitfield champion West Allegheny
That's gonna be a
next
tough game.
week.
Real tough game.
Want to thank our viewers on Armstrong Cable for joining us. Again, you'll see replays of this contest Wednesday at 8, Thursday at 4, that's p.m., and Friday at 4 a.m. on channels 23 and in high definition on channel 100. Thanks to Jeff Corey for the camera work tonight. And thanks to my broadcast partner, Ed Marin, and our radio producer, Melissa Doty, back in the Meadville studios. For those of you watching on Armstrong Cable, thanks for watching. Have a great night, everybody. Mumau with split backs behind him, and he'll turn and give it to Journey Brown. Journey Brown with a sharp cut, gets to the numbers, 40, 45, down the right sideline, there he goes, 40, 35, 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown. Journey Brown, 61 yards. First and 10 from their own 34-yard line. They gave us to Manning, right up the middle. Slips one tackle, there he goes, to his feet, 40. Down the left sideline, 30, 25, 20, 15, one man to beat, 10, 5, touchdown. Isaiah Manning, he slipped and looked like he was going to fall down right around the first down marker. Instead, he goes 66 yards to the house.
I tell you what, he looked really good for being a big guy. He put his hand down and just kept going, got tripped up. Old Mack Truck Manning for a nice touchdown run. What a run.
And so the Bulldogs start at their own 1-yard line, but watch out. They've got guys that can take it to the house. And here's one of them, Journey Brown, through a crease, 10, 15, 20, right sideline.
Go.
Is he going to go 99 yards?
Yes,
he is. To the 30,
right.
20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown. Journey Brown goes 99 yards.
Journey, don't stop believing. He cut that corner, and he was gone.
One receiver out wide to the right. Mumau under center, turns, gives Antonio Ferraro into the end zone off the left side. Touchdown Bulldogs, 11:22 remaining in the second. They go up 27-14.
Old Antonio Ferraro Testarossa. I know Mike likes that one. I had to say that.
Mumau now on a second down and 13 back at the 46-yard line. Here's Journey Brown. What a cut to the right side. There he goes. He's gone. 30, 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown. Journey Brown, 46 yards.
I got to do it. Mike, here's one for you. When you're even, he's leaving.
Third down and a long 9 at the 37-yard line. Brown, the left wing back, motions right. Mumau's looking to throw.
Got him.
Mumau deep ball. He's got Antonio Ferraro, makes the catch,
Yes.
and he's into the end zone for a touchdown.
Antonio Ferraro Testarossa, he just got behind there, and that ball just stayed up, and he went past those DBs just enough where, it could have fluttered a little bit longer.
Split backs are Ferraro and Manning. Brown on the right wing. Mumau under center with one wide. They'll turn and give it to Journey Brown. There goes Journey Brown going right. Now he cuts it across the grain. He's got blockers. 30 to the 40. Midfield being chased by Saucerman. Brown on the left sideline. 30, 25, 20. Diving tackle attempt. Misses.
Nice.
And Brown heads into the end zone for a touchdown.
Journey, don't stop believing with that nice
5 yards.
Oh my gosh, didn't we just talk about that? They could just hit it, any one of them back. Oh, Mike, you're missing a good game, buddy.
Ferraro, right halfback. Brown, left halfback. Manning, the fullback. One split end to the right. Brown comes in motion. There goes Journey Brown to the 30. Through a hole, he's gone. 10-5 touchdown.
That was a nice cutback. His vision is unbelievable, too.
Trips to the left, single receiver. Far side on the short side of the right. Cavallette throws it, it's intercepted. Journey Brown with the pick off at the 35. There he goes to the near side. 20, cuts left. Now stays to his right, and Journey Brown go for the pylon. He's in for the touchdown.
Whoa!
Oh, might as well just add that to his evening.
Boy, he came up there and undercutted that one. He read that play real well.
A 35-yard pick six.
Well, you might as well give him one on the kickoff, too.
Fitzpatrick, single safety, will back up at his own 40-yard line, and the snap goes over the head of Hilling.
You were just saying that today.
Hilling has to pick it up, and it's blocked, and it's recovered for a touchdown in the end zone. Darius Edwards
Nice
recovers
play.
the touchdown. He blocked the punt a yard deep in and recovers it in the end zone.
Nice play, young man.
Young is the back. Cavallette from the gun takes the snap, and he got hit. Ball's loose. Manning drilled him. It's going to be scooped up. And there goes Antonio Ferraro on a scoop and score for a Meadville touchdown.
He's down again.
Oh, Cavallette got killed on the blind side by Isaiah Manning.
Oh, what a hit.